Biafra, superstars, media.
My Biafran people, now how on a day? How on a day today? I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you listen to the sound of my voice. This is the Biafra Superstars Media. My people, no time for introduction in this one. Today, all I want to say is let there be peace in the house. Let there be peace in the nation of Biafra. Whatever you see happening, the in-house fighting, is normal. It is normal. It happens in a new nation. Whenever you have a new nation, those that have given out their service, although it has to be a selfless service so that it's not about you, but sometimes people put their all, they put in all their efforts. And before you know it, when a new government takes place or takes shape and a new cabinet is, created or organized, sometimes those that give service, they have this level of entitlement. But at this point, I just want to let you all know that it is normal that when a country is formed or reformed, there will be stakeholders, critical stakeholders, who feel they have more influence than the other. In fact, to an extent, sometimes they will even go into a civil war. Yes. Most of you that have been following me, I've been saying that before you know it, after we get our Biafra, there might be a civil war, an in-house fighting. In the case of India, what they call Borat, when Britain left, India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, they fought. There was a civil unrest, a civil war in India. India went their way. Bangladesh went their way. Pakistan went their way. Even in that shithole country they called Nigeria, the old Nigeria, when they fought, or when Britain gave them their so-called freedom in a plate of gold, platter of gold, despite they got their freedom in a plate of gold, nobody had to die in their own case. They didn't fight for their freedom. They only spoke. They were advocates for freedom. Even despite that, they still had a civil war because of the interest, personal interest, and the stakeholders feeling they are entitled to something that they are not getting. But at this point, as you all know me, I will speak firm, but at the end, we shall laugh the man they call Pastor, what's his name again? Pastor Livingstone and Ify Onwubiko, because they are back. But at this point, I want to educate us a bit because I believe in the judgment of Simon Ekpa. If Simon Ekpa was there all this while and he made Dr. Ngozi Orabueze our chief of staff, he's chief of staff. All this while, there was no problem. Then, I don't understand why we're having these issues while our prime minister is away for a while. So because of that, I took my time. I will explain to you the job role of the chief of staff. The chief of staff is the most senior political appointee in the government. The position is widely recognized as one of great power and influence, owing to daily contact with the president or prime minister, and controls the executive office of the president or prime minister. So she is the one that controls the executive office. She is the one, he or she, in this case, in the case of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, she is the one that controls the executive office. Also, the office function as a liaison amongst members of the president's cabinet, or in this case, our prime minister. She is the liaison office. It means she is the central network. She is the engine room, the sine qua non. From her, everything works out. She is like the oil that makes all the different members in the office to work. The office of the chief of staff is responsible for directing, managing, and overseeing all policies, development, daily operations, and staff activities for the president or prime minister. That's the key point. My people, that's the key point. The office of the chief of staff is responsible for directing, managing, and overseeing, directing, managing, and overseeing all policy development, daily operations, and staff activities for the president or prime minister. So the role of Dr. Ngozi Orabueze is very, very vital. It is vital and is key. We must respect that role because Simon Ekpa placed her there. Our prime minister, Oba Tobie, the man we love so much, placed her in that role. Because of that, we must respect the office. I'm not saying respect the individual. Sometimes people might not like an individual for one reason or the other, but the office of that person must be respected. Today, I will speak with wisdom. The office must be respected. I don't care if the person, is angry with you or their attitude is different or whatever. The office is what you respect because she holds a vital role. So I'm saying this to make you all know. Say the office must be respected. Yes, our PM is not around, but it is normal. Say, for example, in a place you are working, you might have a manager who is very, very lovely, nice, tender, sweet to you. The panda, they massage your ego, as somebody was speaking about yesterday. Yes, Emeka can be smiling, but he's firm. But he smiles, his dance, you love his style, but he's firm. He's very thorough, he's firm. Now, if Emeka goes on holiday, there will be a deputy manager. For example, if Emeka was your manager in your company, he goes on holiday, a deputy manager will step in to play that role to manage you. Now, don't expect the deputy manager to act or behave like Simon Ekpa. Some of you might be angry. Oh, this new man, this is our deputy. She's so stubborn or he's so tough. They don't smile a lot. Yes, that's their own character. That's the way they lead. That's their own leadership skills, the pros and cons of a leader. There's a course called, leadership management. People have their own style, different style of leadership and management. I'm saying all that to say this. You guys should not, misconstrue what is happening. It is normal for such a thing to happen. When you have a brand new nation, you are bound to have things like this happen. So for that reason, I will keep on observing, watching, and hopefully, I am confident you guys will get things sorted. If not, when Simon Ekpa comes, Simon Ekpa will take care in Floguna because you guys are responsible. You were placed there. You were delegated to play your role. And if you guys keep on playing this, emotional, you are being emotional. I understand why some of you in the office with a role and now you don't have any role. I understand why you feel this way. In government, they have what they call ministers with portfolio and without portfolio. Ministers with office and those without office. It is normal. There is always a change of cabinet. Now that our COS has stepped in, Lord have mercy, she must do it her way. She must do it her way. It's normal. It's normal. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa chose those around him to be in his cabinet. If a new prime minister comes in, for example, then they are bound to now reshuffle and choose those they want to work with. That's how it's done in the Western world. We are all in, most of us, we are living in the Western world with all due respect. That's why I'm saying your position, do not, attach this emotion to it. What you're about to do, or what you're supposed to be doing all this while, is a selfless service. Render a selfless service. Selfless means it's not about you, not you, yourself, and you. It's not about you. It's about the thing you are doing for your people, the quota you are doing or providing for your people. I say all that to say this. We all have to start being mature in this thing. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing because my anger is out there. They are pointing their finger on Simon Ekpa. Yes, in-house, the family is fighting to solve the problem. But the neighbors, they go point the parents. Say, see those kids, they fight. I blame their father and their mother. See their children, they fight. The parents, they're not at home. The children, they're fighting. I blame their parents. I blame their father and their mother. In this case, Pastor Livingstone, I put him in name, Pastor Emeka Livingstone. I'll try and make one laugh because it's Sunday. Even though things are serious, we have to make it a bit, light for everyone. At this point, Pastor Emeka Livingstone is now embellishing what is happening. He's happy about it. But guess what? He's pointing at Simon Ekpa. He's not pointing at those in the cabinet having this issue. He's pointing at Simon Ekpa. He's saying the cookies are crumbling. The cookies of Simon Ekpa are crumbling. The enemies of Simon Ekpa has come out. And somehow, through our actions and inactions, we have allowed them to have their final jibe, the final insult to our Prime Minister, Mazi Ekpa, Simon Njoku. So at this point, we must hear what Ify Onwubiko is saying. God. I say if you don't, Ify Onwubiko. God have mercy. We must hear what she's saying. And also, Pastor Emeka Livingstone. They are back. They are back. But it's okay. It's normal. At this point, make we hear the man I've been watching all this while. Pastor Emeka Livingstone. Make we watch him and hear what the man they talk. He's back. Mr. Accountability, the man who went underground all this while. We have declared a nation now. But he's back to throw the final punch at our Prime Minister. If you are ready, let's go there. Listen.
Then he began to kind of like, I said, no, I'm not part of this. Then Satan entered him, whether you guys believe it or not. Satan entered him. Entered him. Azoka, all of them entered him. And he started saying, he started behaving differently. And I said, no, I'm not going to be part of this. Mazi, thank you so much. So,
hold on there. The woman who is speaking now is Ify Onwubiko. She's saying that Satan entered Simon Ekpa. Ngozi Onwubiko entered Simon Ekpa. And the other woman before entered Simon Ekpa. And somehow, Simon Ekpa changed. So now, she don't pass the baton to Emeka Livingstone. Make we hear what in Emeka Livingstone talk. Make we use this one laugh for our Sunday. We have to laugh. If you're ready, let's go there. Listen.
This platform, now we see what is happening on the ground of autopilot. So you have something to say, go ahead and say it.
Thank you so much, Ify. And God bless you, Biafrans. When you were talking, I remember the novel I read many years ago when we were youths. It's written by a man called James Hadley Chase. The title of that novel is called The Way the Cookie Crumbles. And that's what I subtitled here. After this, your main title, The Way the Cookie Crumbles. The cookie was a man called Tiki Edris. He planned a bank robbery, planned a game perfectly. But at the end of the day, somebody came and busted everything and he was arrested and he failed. They threw him to jail. So Simon Ekpa is a cookie. You see the way he's crumbling.
Hey.
He's crumbling because he cooked up a wicked idea in his mind.
Hey.
Which he brought into the open as time progressed.
Hey.
Like you rightly pointed out, we give it to him that when we started, there was some element of sincerity in him in the Biafra struggle.
Hey.
But we didn't know what was in his heart, because what is in the heart of a man is only the man that knows. But with time, every conception you have in your mind will come into manifestation and everybody will see it.
Oh.
So as time progressed, even though Onyendu said, listening to Simon Ekpa, he said, do not allow Satan enter you. We were listening with our eyes opened. Our eyes were not closed.
Okay.
And since our eyes were open, we were able to see certain flaws that we wanted to correct. Because we know that if you're leading a group, you are prone to mistakes if you don't have good advisors. So we were there to say, do this, don't do it this way. Because we're talking about the sovereignty of our people, the Biafrans.
Hold it there. Can you see again? Selfish interest. They told Simon Ekpa, do this, don't do this way. Selfish interest. It means this man too, during that time, he was also vying for a position. He was looking for a position to serve. But in his own case, he took all the power to himself. He said he is the one responsible for everything Simon Ekpa was doing. And he brought it upon himself to form the accountability group, to put Simon Ekpa on the hot seat. Power and authority. So what is happening now, this little squabble in the house, this man too, when he was there, he was trying to control Simon Ekpa. He said they were following Simon Ekpa with their eyes open. And they were trying to tell Simon Ekpa, do this, don't do it this way. It means they were trying to control the prime minister. I hope you guys can see what power can do. They say absolute power intoxicates absolutely. You see? You guys should be careful how you guys roll. Let's continue. Listen.
Lo and behold, Simon failed to listen. Why? Because Simon had his own project internalized that we're not aware of until, like you said, Ngozi Arabose came along the line.
Hey.
And the moment she came, every barriers that Simon had that he kept as secret, he broke them down and went rogue. When he says somebody went rogue, he went contrary to the laid down principle of a movement. He had his own.
Whoa, hold on there. Can you see where they are going? They are now attacking Simon Ekpa. This is their last chance to do what they are doing. He said that Simon Ekpa went rogue. Despite Simon Ekpa was the one giving the mandate. Simon was the one that was giving the, that we were told to listen to, share his, because he came, or he was to come with a new dimension. He was to follow the footsteps of Nnamdi Kanu. He was to complete the job, the assignment of Nnamdi Kanu, which was to liberate us. But somehow these guys, they've forgotten about that. He said Simon Ekpa now came with his own plan. No, it was in him from the beginning. That was the assignment, to come with a new dimension while he was leading us to the promised land. But no, this man felt when he was with us, or when he was within the cabinet, he felt it was his own responsibility to be a critical stakeholder and control and direct Simon Ekpa to a journey that only him and his group they knew about. Don't forget, he was one that formed ETTG, Economic Think Tank Group. ETTG, Economic Think Tank Group. You see me, I don't forget things, but I'm only speaking on this man because I don't want to speak about the family. I believe, the job we did in Finland was amazing. From the 29th of November to the 3rd of December. Because of that amazing job, I will give everybody grace and bless you all. I believe with time, couple of days or weeks, you guys will sort out, iron out the differences and the miscommunication. What is happening now is miscommunication. I believe you guys have the capacity to solve it. But the enemies, when they want to speak about you guys, they will not speak about you guys. They will go for the head. They will go for the jugular. They will go for Simon Ekpa. Despite Simon Ekpa is there fighting for us, he's standing his ground. Finland, they are panicking, they are shaking because they don't want to breach their own law, something they are known for. When it comes to one of the best countries that respect the rule of law, it is Finland. When it comes to a country that has that high, that are highly reputable when it comes to respecting the law, when it comes to human rights, it is Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark. Even Greenland is there. Iceland is there. Some years ago, we went, camping in Greenland. It was cold. It was icy. But I loved it. The atmosphere was wonderful. People there, they look different like us. As a black man in Greenland for 2 weeks, it was a bit strange. I hardly saw any black person there. But guess what? My right was respected. And my dignity was there. Nobody stereotyped me, say, oh, what are these black boys doing here? No. So when it comes to human rights and things like that, those that observe the law, those that uphold all the treaties of the UN, Finland and those Scandinavian countries, they are the best. So Finland now, they are being careful. They know that the Fulani cabal, they have pushed them. France have pressed them. Even the EU, to an extent, they've been cajoled to, to pressurize Finland just to slow down Simon Ekpa with the hopes that there will be a crack if they can hold him a bit more. So those in cabinet, those that did an awesome job in Finland during the convention, I want you guys to put your house in order. I want you guys to put your house in order. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because sometimes you must have, that thing in you. In the case of Simon Ekpa, we saw what he went through. And Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. Simon Ekpa came out. Before he knew it, everybody was around to blackmail him. But he had it in him. Simon Ekpa was 1001. The wisdom of Simon Ekpa was 1001. When Simon Ekpa has the position, he didn't beg God for wealth or influence. He asked God for the wisdom of 1000 men. So for those in cabinet, while you are there in cabinet, I need you to start praying to the God of Biafra and seek wisdom. Seek wisdom and the ability to give good judgment. Seek wisdom. Don't think about it's all about me. I have done everything for you guys. If not for me, this will not work out. If not for me, don't do that. It shouldn't be about you. It should be about the people. Give out a selfless service. In fact, I would like to say this. When we have eventually moved back to Biafra land, if possible, those that will now be in office should be those that that are ready to work a voluntary job where you don't even get paid for the first 12 years. No officer will get paid in the government. We only want those who are already self-made and who want to give a selfless service. They want to render a selfless service for the first 12 years. It means 3 cycles of election when we have all moved back to Biafra land. If we are doing 4 years tenure, it means after 3 years of election cycle, that's when people start getting paid. But for the first 4 years or the first 12 years, there is job to be done. Selfless service. Be selfless. Don't put your face in the job you are doing. It shouldn't be about you. It should be the people. It should be the nation called Biafra. 3 year cycle of election. All those in political offices will not be paid a penny because we are going out to build a nation. We want to rebuild a nation. I don't want people who want to go there because they are selfish. They are self-centered. It's all about them. They are worried that they may lose some, some money or some blessings they were getting while in a position. Because it's a bit baffling that under 1 week, after doing something marvelous in Finland, under 1 week, we are having this squabble, in-house fighting. Why? Because there was a shuffle of the cabinet. It is normal. You expect a new person in position, an acting person, a leader, an acting leader. Once they come in, they must reshuffle. It's normal. And I heard Simon Ekpa is responsible for the reshuffling. So why are you guys having this issue? Just 1 week, 7 days after the convention. It's shocking. It is shocking. So hopefully, if we are doing 4-year cycle, it's going to be after 3 election cycle. The first 12 years, nobody gets a penny. We only want those to represent us that are coming because they want to serve the land of Biafra. They are not coming to enrich themselves or to get a paycheck. For 3 cycles, for 12 years. Or if you want to do 6 years, tenor, then 2 cycles, 12 years. I know why I'm saying that. Because to rebuild a nation, you need people that will come in, that have this selfless attitude. It's not about them. Those in the media, it's not about you. If you are speaking in the media and people are following you, don't make it get into your head. It's not about you. All the media men, it's not about you. It's not about you. They follow you because they love Biafra. All our brothers, our sisters in the media, it is not about you. Play your role. Do it as something you are doing for a nation. Don't feel special. Don't feel entitled. If you are in the government, if you are serving in a position or in any role, it's not about you. At least for the first 12 years, let us run this economy. Let us, place a standard that those that will now come after us, you see, those that will now come after us, they will see the standard we have placed. Say, when this government or when this country was rebirthed, all those people in government, they stepped forward and they worked for the government. They worked for the country to become great. And for some years, they worked without being paid. That will show people, say, of a truth, this nation is a real nation. But in the case of Nigeria, you saw what happened now. Wazobia. Britain say, take your independence. A tribe say, no, we are not ready. Continue to colonize us. We are not ready. From the beginning, you could see that selfish interest. From the beginning. Then when Britain wants to leave, time to do an election, Britain went back to go and plan with a particular tribe, told them they were born to rule. They inflated their so-called, the numbers of people living in that place so that they could now, do what they did in the election. Britain was the father of a rigged election. The beginning, when your God, your master, your colonizer, your slave master introduced rigging of election at the beginning, at a birth of a new nation. Till this day, what is happening in that shithole called Nigeria? Election malpracticing, election rigging, and the rest of them. That's how you know if the foundation is not right. Till this day, they don't want to do census because of the lie told by Britain that those in the north, they have more population. Till this day, that shithole, they have refused to do, their census. It's all about getting it right at the beginning, the exception. Till this day, taxation that should be fair and equitable, that everything should be equal when it comes to taxation. Till this day, that shithole we are living, that country we are living in, that country we have left, Nigeria, look at the way they are behaving in taxation. That states that don't drink alcohol, states that say it is haram to drink alcohol, they get more revenue of taxation when it comes to the proceeds of alcohol. My people, that's something we don't need. Because in this case now, it is Cybernetic, these people here that are insulting. These guys, they are going for the jugular. They are going for the neck of Simon Ekpa. They want to shame Simon Ekpa. They call him the cookies that is crumbling. Let's continue. Listen.
And he formed his government. Today, he has crumbled. We can see Ngozi on one side, and we see Oge on the other side. We see Akparawa and Rafa Jere supporting Oge. Then 247 is supporting Gozo Rabweze. You know, so Oge has strongly financed their project. From what I heard, I can't be too sure, but the information I got is that he has contributed more than $1 million to see to it that this thing works. In fact, Oge came out and boasted that the conference they had in Finland was he that single-handedly organized it and made it to be a success.
Can you see the problem now? Our so-called brothers and sisters, see the way they are speaking. Their talking point is to attack, to aim Simon Ekpa. This man calls himself a pastor, a man of God, a so-called man of God. Look at the way he's speaking. In the Bible, it says, ye shall not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Talk less of your own brother, your own people. But this man is here. All this while, he has been listening to the in-house fighting. He can't carry everything put on the head of Simon Ekpa. My fellow Biafrans, you see, the cabal, they are panicking. They know what we did in Finland was an exceptional task. We now have a nation, yes. So at this point where we will have these differences, we need to iron out our differences. It is normal. Things like this normal. The only reason why we are hearing it now, because we are now in the world of social media. We are now in a digital age. If 100 years ago, perhaps what you'll be seeing is a telegram. You write the telegram, you write to telegram, you know, the COS sends a telegram, the other guys, they send their own telegram. There will be miscommunication, misfiring of who should be in office, who shouldn't be in office, who should control the finance or all those things on telegram. And then the enemies, they will try to intercept the telegram, get the message. Now share it among their own selves. Oh, this new country, they are fighting, they're having this squabble. But today, because we are now in a digital age, everything we do now has to be on what? On a social media platform. It's on Twitter or X, on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and you name it. So I understand why it looks like everything is out there. It's normal. We are now living in a digital age where everything is now, online, virtual. But please, I want you to know that when our Prime Minister comes out, now when him put for position, now when him go take that cane floor go. Because right now you are allowing those in the outside, you are allowing our enemies to take a dig at Simon Ekpa. So you guys should please, in the next few weeks, put your house in order. Now, after the next few weeks, I will now come out to call a spade, because now I expect what is happening now should happen. It is normal. It is normal. When people go into business don't start. Time to share the profit. I say, I know now. Why now? Why is yours more than mine? It is normal. But please, in the next few weeks, That's when I expect you guys to iron this thing out and continue to run an effective government. Because the work has just started. The work to liberate Biafra has just started. On paper, we are now free. On the documentation, we are now free. To meet all the criteria, we have done it. But now the next one now to impose them so that all the countries will now see what we've done. And once they've seen that we have met all the criteria listed out for any country to have a new nation or to become a rebirth of a nation, we have met all those criteria. So what we need to do now is iron out this little, this little stuff that is happening, iron it out, and then go out and do the job. There is a job to be done. And please, I beg you now, those that are now in this new cabinet, see your position as a selfless service you are about to render. Don't be in this new position now and you are thinking it's all about you. I am the one that made this to happen. I am the one, if not for me, this will not happen. I am the one that made Canada to recognize us. I am the one that, I don't want that mistake. Please, to our chief of staff, our acting or deputy prime minister, Dr. Ngozi Oraboize, it will be good maybe once you hold your next meeting, remind all those people in cabinet, say, come, this your role, it is a selfless service. Even if you do a marvelous job, don't think it's about you. Do not think it's about you. We don't want nobody to build a cabal to become stronger than the, than the government. We don't want that. We don't want anybody to be stronger than the government. For now, we only want those that are there to render a selfless service. A selfless service. A selfless service. Not selfish. Not a selfish service where it is me, myself, and I. We don't want that. It has to be selfless. Selfless means less of you. It's not about you, your personality, who you are. You are there to do a job. Do the job, and once they reshuffle, the cabinet, thank them, give your vote of thanks, and say, look, I'm ready to support you in any way. I'm ready to still support. With my experience from this department, I want to support as, somebody without portfolio. That's why you have those without portfolio, those without office, still rendering a service as a consultant, as an expertise, as somebody, in that field that have the technical know-how to give out your contacts because, those that were there before, they have, gotten this great contact they are working with, those that are coming new in that proposition, in order not to go back to the drawing board, in order not to start from stage one, you have to now discuss with these guys, few weeks of, you work with them to now regain the information they already have, to move it forward. That's how it's done. Everywhere in the world, that's how it's done. If you're coming to a new job role, those that were there before, you will sit down with them, you will shadow them, they will show you what they've been doing all this while, then you learn it, then continue to build upon it. That's how it's done. It's only in Nigeria where they change government and everybody just, get away and a new thing started afresh, back to square one. We don't want that. Please, we are moving into the 21st century. We are changing Africa. Our goal is to make Africa, Biafra, to become what? The Japan of Africa. And the way you will do it is to be thinking ahead in light speed, to be selfless in your approach. Don't be selfish. Don't make this to be about you. Don't make it to be about you. It has to be a selfless approach, a selfless service to the people. Oba Tobi has been doing that. That's why we all love him. So please, going forward, we must emulate the ways of Simon Ekpa. Please, I'm begging everybody. I'm confident in the next 3 weeks, you will solve this problem. If after 3 weeks, problem never solve, okay, I will now have to step in and choose my side and give the other side the water. Because it means now you are being deliberate in slowing down the country. For now, I believe it's an in-house fight. It is normal in everything you do. There must be a bit of misunderstanding while you are in a transition to take off. You see, a transition to take off. You have this kind of situation. Then when you get to the takeoff stage, things are flowing, but you are still looking in hindsight. You are looking at the pros and the cons, the things you did and the things you failed to do. Then at the maturity stage, that's when things are flowing and things are stable. There is, this buoyancy. You are now operating at a Pareto efficiency level. That's what we want to do. We don't want anybody to draw us back. And the only way to get to the destination is that from now to the next 12 years, anybody waiting for the government, be selfless. It shouldn't be about you. I don't want to hear how great you are. No, I want to hear how great the job you are doing is. It's not about you. I'm saying all that to make you know that I don't want the enemies to laugh at Simon Ekpa. At your stupidity, they don't care about what you are doing. It is Simon Ekpa that they are attacking, like in this case. Let's continue. Listen.
Means you spent a lot of money. And when you have money to spend, Simon will dance to your tune.
Hey!
So we have two contenders. Ngozi, who have money to spend,
oh God,
and Oge, who had a bigger amount of money to spend. So the contentions we are seeing today are the consequences of a cookie who eventually crumbles.
Hold it there. Hold it there. Hi, God have mercy. This is what I'm saying. They will turn it around. They will spin in the news and put the blame on Simon Ekpa, because we all know all these guys, they want the head of Simon Ekpa. So those that Simon Ekpa has put in place to do something, do your job, please. Do your job the right way, please, for crying out loud. If not, the enemy are there. The Fulani government, they are there. They are begging their Allah. They are begging their God that we make a mistake. We have an in-house fighting for too long. Within 2 or 3 weeks, you guys should iron this thing out. A change of government is constant. It is something that has to happen. When there is a prime minister or a deputy prime minister or even an acting prime minister, it is their role, their duty to change the cabinet. It is normal. Please, I'm begging you guys. The next 3 weeks is vital. I will not insult anybody, because what I saw you guys in Finland for 5 days, I saw what everyone did there, and I said, my God, if you give these guys in this government the opportunity, they can build heaven in Biafra land. It was beautiful. Seeing all those that were assembled by Simon Ekpa. See the work you guys did. It was so professional. I felt good about it. I was so proud that, wow, in Africa, a black man can think this way. Black people can express themselves this way. Black man can have an idea like this. My God, Biafra land will be the 9th wonder of the world. I fell in love with everybody that were in that convention. You all did a good job. You did a great job. A marvelous job. Not even a good job. Marvelous. Exceptional job. But we understand things like this will happen when there's a change in government. It is normal. It is normal. But I hope this will be ironed out within the next 3 weeks. Within the next 3 weeks. Because you can see out there, Pastor Emeka Livingstone is ready to come for the neck of Simon Ekpa. The DOS, all those ones, they are ready. They are the ones blackmailing their brother. in Finland, thinking that the Fulani cabal will free Nnamdi Kanu. They are happy to work with the Fulani cabal to blackmail Simon Ekpa in Finland. That's how evil those guys are towards their brother, because they are jealous of the great jobs and deeds of Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa was the one that assembled you all. Don't make his judgment to be the wrong one. Because what I saw from the 29th of November to the 3rd of December, what I saw, when I saw you guys operate, I felt so good. And because of that, I want to give you all the benefit of doubt. I want to give you guys time to deal with this in-house thing. It is normal. Even in a family, there is, when the father dies, family, they fight now. Blood, though, people were saying blood. Then they fight to share the land and everything. After fighting, after some few months or few years, they become brothers and sisters again. It is normal. Because of that, I will end the video here. I will not go more than this. But to the one they call Pastor Emeka Livingstone, I still have my eyes on you. I have my eyes on you. So you're free to have your, 10 minutes of fame, do what you want to do, have fun. But it will not last for long. Because I want to put my confidence on the team assembled by Simon Ekpa. I believe they will sort this one out. In-house. And in the next 3 weeks, we shall be waxing stronger. Building upon the job we've done in Finland. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. From me, from here, for now, I just want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain yours truly, your brother, your friend, till the end. Yours, Biafra, Superstars Media. God bless you.
Ify is a trusted app that allows people in the UK, US, and Canada to send money to countries abroad. I'm a traveler, and Ify is one of the most essential apps I have on my phone. Even when I'm not traveling, I still use it because I send money to my friends and family abroad, and also I send money to my bank account to prepare me for my next trip. And money gets to those accounts within minutes, just like this. The Ify app is top tier, and there are so many reasons why I love it, but here are a few. You'll always get the best rates. Hands down, Ify has the best rates. There are 0 transfer fees, and when I mean 0, I mean nothing. Ify is 100% secure, and to give you the boost in confidence that you need in the app, the customer service is available 24/7, so you'll get customer support any time of the year, any day. The final reason why I love Ify is because every time I refer someone, I get a bit of cash that goes probably towards my next trip, if I'm being honest, and that could be you too. So all you need to do is download and get the app. You can get it from the Google Play Store, or you can get it from the Apple App Store, but make sure you get the app because Ify is fantastic.
Yeah, Biafra, Biafra. Yeah, Superstar Media. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra. I wanna know. Tell me about Biafra. We going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. I wanna know. We're going back to the land. We're going back to the motherland. Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the land. Tell me about Biafra. We're going back to the motherland. Tell me about Biafra, Biafra. Tell me about Biafra. We're going